it's Shara. If you're watching this part of my tutorial today, you're most likely watching the replay. So if you would please leave me a little comment, #replay, so I know you were here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in a private message. And as always, if you see anything I've made that you're interested in, please send me a private message. Hi Jess, how are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna tag our friends so some people will see us. Hi Betty, welcome in. And share my video to my 2 groups. How you doing, Jess? Are you all recovered? Hi Marquita. Are you all recovered from your spur of the moment vacation with your hubby? That was so fun. That was so fun that he did that and planned that for you. Okay, shared. On already, yeah, you know I go live 3 to 5 minutes before my time just to make sure my electronics are working. And even though, despite that I did that yesterday, I don't know what was going on in the internet land, but I was like 8 minutes in and it just started spinning, which is so weird. I have a booster right here in my craft room. We did the expanded bandwidth onto our Spectrum account when I started going live more. We did all of the upgrades. But like I said on my video yesterday, my husband's been experiencing it for a couple of days. Back to reality, right? He works from home, and speaking with all of his colleagues that are literally all over the country, they're experiencing the same thing. So we can only surmise that there's some sort of nefarious hacking something going on. Other countries are always trying to hack into the United States. Okay, so let's see, what time is it? It's 2 minutes of. I will wait. I don't want to infringe on anyone else's time. Let me pull the lineup up and we can go over that while we're waiting to begin. And by request, I put a little blurb out this morning. Do we want to do candy wrapper, bag, tote, charms, or Chenille Candy Canes? Hi Maricela. Hi Quincy. How are you? Hi Elizabeth. And the votes, the majority of the votes were candy canes. Candy canes. All right, so did you see I posted this scarecrow, picture of the scarecrow that I did yesterday? It came out so cute. Where is the lineup? There it is. All right, so Shelby kicked the day off at 5, next followed by Andy, but she didn't go because she was having issues with her laptop. 8 a.m. was Ginger, 9 a.m. was Michelle, 10 a.m. was Jane Ann, 11 a.m. was Cece, 12 o'clock was Teresa, 1 o'clock right before me was Janine, but I thought I saw something that Janine couldn't go on either. 2 p.m. was Lydia. I'm at 3. Up after me is Pam, crafting with Mrs. P. 5 o'clock is Kathleen Cabradella. 6 p.m. is Shay's Creations. 7 p.m. is Jenny Colossal Creations. And in his usual spot at 8 p.m. is Raymond the Evercrafter. Okie dokie. Hi, Albert. Hi, Heidi. Doing good. Yep, Bailey's back there. Being a good girl. Hi, Margarita. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, I missed you this morning, but I'll try to catch your replay this evening. Let me grab the scarecrow, show you how he finished off. I still have to put the backing on, but at the end of my live yesterday, I said I'm going to let him dry. Hi, Sandy. And add the glitter, pineapple mojito sweet glitter to the polka dots. And then I did diamond dust to the checkerboard squares on the brim of his hat. But that's how he turned out. I put some Nuvo drops, made some expression lines all around his face because he's a scarecrow, and put like a clear sparkle Nouveau drop in the expression lines to just give him some sparkle on his face. Michelle, you made a pink Santa. I definitely have to go back and watch it. I definitely have to. He came out super cute though, guys. I love him so much. And he was a trash to treasure project. You guys know I love doing trash to treasure. I love doing trash to treasure. All right, so let's get started. We can keep talking. Thank you, Rhonda. I showed how to make these originally. Thank you, Margarita. Thanks, guys. Yeah, he turned out really cute, and thank you, Shannon. And it was just stuff I had in my garage, guys. It was just a $1 tree, small white canvas when they used to be. Hi, Connie. Thank you. When they used to be $1 or $1.25. I'm down to like either 1 or 2 of them in my stash in the garage. So I'm gonna have to break down and buy some at the new higher price now. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. All right, so some of you may have watched me make these candy canes. I think it was last Saturday for the event we did for Becca. But I sold that one that I made immediately, and I got an order for another lavender set. That's what I'm working on today. And then I got another order for a red and green set. So I'm glad y'all like them. They're really pretty. I love them because they're so chunky. So I'm just gonna kind of go through quickly. Hi, Angie. Squishy hair. Squishy hair. How are you feeling? I hope you're 100% better after your, I think you had the flu. Hi, Holly. Welcome in. All right, so I just took 18-inch long, 22 gauge piece of fabric covered wire that I get from Hobby Lobby in the floral department. Take 2 large straws. If you don't have large straws, you could probably do it with regular size straws. And then I just squish the end of one of them, pinch it kind of, so I can feed it into the end of the other one. Oh, good, 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 yeah. Well, hopefully that was your one and done for the fall winter season. If I'm gonna get sick, I usually get sick in the fall or winter. So hopefully that was your one and done. So now we have a long 2-straw tube. I take some packing tape. You could probably use Scotch tape too. Like I said, guys, treasure, whatever you have in your house. And right where that seam is, where the 2 straws meet, just to reinforce it a little, I put a little bit of tape, okay? Then we bent our wire in half, and I kind of twisted it. Hi, love bug. There's my bestie, Carissa. Feed it into one of the ends, and then the top, I just twist over the end so it won't fall out. And then we're going to just rough form it into a candy cane. Once we get our yarn on, you can tweak it and make it pretty. But right now, I mean, you guys don't even really have to do that. You can just wrap it straight like this. I'll show you. Last time I rough formed it. This time we'll just wrap it straight. All right, so this order is for one of my sweet customers, and she wanted it exactly how I did the last set. So I do have some of the super jumbo lavender chunky yarn left. And the lady that ordered the red and white and green set, I went to Walmart looking for the super chunky red yarn, and they didn't have any. And the past couple of times I've been to Hobby Lobby, maybe you guys know, is Hobby Lobby doing away with their yarn? Hi, Shay, how are you? Welcome, Linda. Hi, Laura. Welcome, everyone. Maybe you guys know, is Hobby Lobby discontinuing carrying yarn? Because it used to be 3 aisles, then it went down to like 2.5 and then 2. And now in my Hobby Lobby, it's down to like 1.5 aisles. That's gonna be so sad because Joann's is already gone. All right, I'm putting a little hot glue inside the straw where we bent the wire and shoved it in. And then grab a popsicle stick or a wood dowel or something and poke one of the ends of your super bulky chenille yarn in there so you don't burn your fingers. Hi, Lucy. How are you? Welcome. Saw those cute gingies you did that reel on recently. So adorable. Everything you make is super adorable. I feel like this is a craft that you would do, Lucy, for your wreath attachments, swag attachments, or even just make the candy canes and put them in your tree. I feel like I'm gonna do that this season, guys. Make some smaller candy canes and put them in my, okay, Michelle, put them in my trees and add some to my garland out on my front porch too. All right, now I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue right along the top of the straw. This is where the only part where you kind of have to be a little careful. And wrap the yarn right around where that hot glue is, and we're gonna hold it. Hold it, hold it. Not doing away with yarn, however. Some stores have been reducing the yarn selection to make room for seasonal decor. Discontinued brands are being sold off at clearance prices. Thank you for doing the research on that, Albert. Premier yarns, wow, selection may vary, how do they carry its own brands? Good, because whenever I crochet anything, I do the Hobby Lobby brand. I love this yarn. That's the Hobby Lobby brand. It's called I Love This Yarn. Oh, Mackenzie inspired, right, Lucy? I just thought of Carissa because Carissa collects Mackenzie Child's black and white. You totally can do this and do it in the black and white checkerboard here instead of the Candyland colors. That would be so cute. Carissa, you need to make one. Mackenzie inspired. That would be so, so cute. I never thought of that until you just said that, Lucy. That would be super cute. Super cute. Yes, I did see that, Rhonda, that Michael's is carrying some of the Joann's brand. They picked up some of the Joann brand. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Welcome. Nice. Well, Lucy, I can't wait to see yours. I can't wait to. Yes, I know you do. I know you do, Carissa. That recent picture you posted, the bench on your front porch. Yeah. All right. So now that the top is perfectly covered, now we can just breeze right through it. Oh, a touch of pink. I can't wait to see it. Stop making cute things, Lucy. It's too dangerous for my budget. Stop making cute things. All right, so now with my large glue gun, just put a real nice hefty chunk of hot glue and spin your yarn around. And as you spiral it, make sure it's tight, that you don't have gaps. Okay, when you get to the end of your hot glue, kind of push it up a little and push it down a little, okay? Hi, Linda. Hi, Wendy. Oh, Shay, you like Mackenzie's Chaws too? Yeah. Very pretty. All right, some more. And I put a good amount of hot glue, guys. I'm not stingy with my hot glue. I don't want it to fall apart or have any gaps. Okay. This is the easy part, you guys. This is the easy part. Wrapping the big, super chunky jumbo. Still penning the gingerbread. Debbie, me or Debbie's Bright Ideas? DEBI is Debbie's Bright Ideas. Still pending the gingerbread. I can't seem to get it. I don't know what that means. It must have been for Debbie's Bright Ideas. Love that so much. Everything I make has to have a touch of pink. You guys know me. All right, so we're already to our joint section where we join them together and put the packing tape, glue strings. You're gonna have a lot of glue strings, guys, because you use a lot of hot glue on this. But this is where I get very generous with my hot glue. Then when I start adding my second color that's not the jumbo yarn, then I'm a little bit less aggressive. Rain, oh, that's a bummer. I went to the pool yesterday. Had intended to read my book, but neighbors were there and we just ended up talking. My little best friend neighbor that lives in our neighborhood came for a little bit. She was babysitting her grandson and she brought the baby. So we were in the pool playing with the baby a little bit and then just talking with some of the other neighbors. So I didn't get much reading done, but that's okay. That's okay, guys. All right, now when I get further down, I turn it and hold this end that's already covered with the yarn. Okay. Oh, no worries, Lucy, no worries. No worries. Yeah, and today is kind of partly cloudy here. I don't think they're calling for rain, but yesterday was gorgeous Carolina blue sky. Just so pretty. All right, we're almost to the end. I mean, this goes quick. With the super jumbo bulky yarn, it goes super quick. This would be really pretty if you did, just popped in my head. Hi, Dee, how are you? Yeah, it's definitely cooling off. If you made one of the large nutcrackers, you know, those flocked ones, the purple thing you're using to wrap the yarn around. 2 straws, 2 jumbo straws that I pinched and put together and then wrapped the seam with packing tape. When I'm done, you could go back and just watch the first 5 minutes of the video to see it. And I also did a tutorial on these Saturday for Becca's memorial event. But I have orders for 2 more sets of them. And when I put it out this morning, would you guys rather see me work on candy canes or the candy wrapper bag charms? Everyone voted candy canes. All right, so now I'm gonna leave a little bit, cut it off, and then we're gonna do the same thing at the end that we did at the top. I'm gonna put a little hot glue around the circle of the straw and down inside the straw. So we can finish the end off nice, like when you're doing like a clay lollipop. And then take a popsicle stick or a dowel or anything that you have handy so you don't burn your fingers. And poke it down into the straw and hold it for a few minutes. Hi, Teresa. How are you doing today? Welcome, guys. Welcome. All right, so now we've got the whole 2 straws wrapped. Now is when I probably would form it into the candy cane. And because you have that wire in there, it's gonna hold its shape. And now we're gonna get our second color and bring it over and start wrapping it. All right. And I'm gonna switch to my fine tip glue gun because now you are going to want to be careful with your glue. You don't wanna be aggressive with it because you don't want it showing. You're just gonna put a very little bit and then wrap it, okay? So I'm going to start it, I kind of like starting it like under on the inside here so you don't really see the tail, and I fold mine over just so I don't have a rough edge. So I put a little glue and I fold it over on itself. Hold it for a few seconds. Keychains, shells. Put a wire into the hole of you're drilling a hole through the oyster shell, AAA, and then you want to attach the keychain. Could you use a jump ring? Could you use one of the larger jump rings? And then put that through the hole in the oyster shell, and then use that to attach to the keychain mechanism. All right, and here's where you're going to want to be cautious with your glue, with your hot glue. You don't want to go crazy because you don't want to be able to see it. And if you do have a little oopsie accident where some of it kind of is showing, when you finish, just go in with your scissors and just snip it. So did that straw just bend like that, or did you put wire? I put wired in it, D. Yep, you can go back when I'm done and watch the first 5 minutes. And I showed how I did the 2 straws together, seamed them together, and then I put some 22 gauge wire inside so it would bend. Yep, you have to put the wire in. So, so it'll bend and hold the shape. Otherwise it won't hold the shape. And then I kind of hold it with my left hand so I can eyeball where I need the next little bit. And I'm doing them like candy cane stripes, guys. So I'm wrapping it now at a little bit of a diagonal, okay? And if it helps to put it down on your work table, sorry guys, there's a big truck going by, and of course, Bailey has to bark and let us know. Sorry. Oh no, it's the lawn mowing people. They're mowing. If you want to go back and watch after 30 days. Oh, thank you, Albert. Yeah, after I do my videos on Facebook, I always now upload them to my Paper Sweeties YouTube channel. So guys, if you're not following me over there, hop over there when I'm done. Albert supplied the link to my YouTube channel, and follow, because you know, Facebook after 30 days deletes all of our content. So you can go back over there and watch. Hi Wendy, how are you? I sold those candy canes I made on Saturday, those pretty lavender, the bunch of candy canes with the poinsettia, and got orders for a couple of more. So that's what I'm working on. One lady wanted them exactly like I made them before with the lavender and the Candyland colors. And then another lady wanted traditional red and green. And I'm having a hard time finding red jumbo chunky yarn. I found a rust color at Walmart, but ew. I mean, that wouldn't be pretty for Christmas. And just take your time with your second color. And you see it's still chunky, but it's a smaller, with yarn than the jumbo. Oh goodness, baby. Here's the lavender jumbo, and here's the one I'm using now. So you can see it's a little bit smaller. And the lavender jumbo I got from Hobby Lobby, and this mint jumbo I got from Walmart. Basically, I always look at yarn wherever I go shopping, download them and re-upload them as a regular video instead of a live, and it stays. Stop, Michelle, stop. Why would it stay? Because I thought that Facebook's issue was they didn't want to pay to store these videos. So they were only allowing them to be on for 30 days and then deleting them because it was too much storage. how can they be doing that? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You guys, the Dollar Tree even has chenille yarns. The next one we get to, I'll show you what that yarn looks like. It's chenille like this, but it's not even as thick as this. So you can go with it like I did with that thickness, or you can double it up if you wanted it thicker. You got a bunch of chunky yarn at a thrift store. Ooh, score, Brenda. Nice, KK, nice. Yeah, wherever I go, I'm always checking out the yarn, always. Because I crochet and I use a lot of yarn in my regular crafts too, in my fake baking too. Albert sent me some kind of a message. I will look at it when I finish my live, Albert. All right, we're coming into the home stretch, and it does really help. I didn't use my precision tip when I made the first set of candy canes, and let me tell you, I'm noticing the difference right now because I'm not really having any, I don't know what you would call it, but the seepage of hot glue coming out where I'm putting the mint over the lavender. I'm not having any because it's making a very fine line of hot glue, guys. So if you have a precision tip glue gun, highly recommend you use it to add your second color. Okay. Super cute, guys. I'm gonna make these for myself too, and I'm gonna add them to my garland that I did last year that went around my windows. And I'll probably make some smaller ones and put them in that beautiful Nutcracker Candyland Christmas wreath I made last year. Some of you that have been watching me and following me since last year, you saw me make those. I'll show them again this year. 10 drops. I don't know what 10 drops means. I must have missed something. All right, there's a little bit of hot glue right there. I'm just snipping it out. All right, a few more turns and this guy will be done. And like anything, guys, the more you do these, the more proficient you'll get. The first ones I was making, I was just winging it because I just went in my garage and pulled straws and wire and yarn, and I'm like, okay, how can I make a candy cane out of these trash to treasure items? You guys know I'm trying really hard. Pouring rain feels good though. Was that Brenda that said it's raining where she is? Oh, Ann, AAA. Yeah, the beginning of August was super rainy, and now we're back into a not so much. That hurricane came through off our coast, and I think it's only rained, it rained last Saturday evening for like 15 minutes. Look how pretty, you guys. So pretty. All right, I'm coming to the end, so I'll show you how I finish it off. Basically, you start the candy cane and you finish the candy cane the exact same way. So I'll cut the mint green off. I'll leave a little extra. I'll tuck the end under and attach it. Be Cozy, yeah, Be Cozy, I am familiar with them, but their yarn is very expensive. So I have to like watch for sales or coupons. I love Be Cozy yarn, and they also carry the roving yarn that you can use to make cotton candy with. I've made some lap blankets with Be Cozy yarn. So yummy. All right, and just, I want to visualize this where I want to end the mint. So I'm gonna cut it there. They go pretty quick, you guys, and this is a great little TV watching activity. You can just sit on your couch with this stuff on your lap or on a little TV tray or your coffee table and work on them, because you don't really, it doesn't really make a mess, and you don't really have to be schlepping a lot of stuff. Do you hear her, Michelle? Yeah. The laundry room is across from where my craft room is, and that's where her little puppy bowls of water and food are. And do you hear her crunching, or do you just hear her little tag on her collar hitting her dish and making that tink, tink, tink sound, clink sound? All right, so I folded the end on itself, just like we did for the beginning. And I'm gonna pinch it together for just a few seconds. And then we'll put a little hot glue right there where we're gonna swirl it and wrap it and finish it. And then I'm gonna hold it down with my dowel so I don't burn my finger. The clinking, yeah, it's her little name tag that hangs off of her collar, clinking onto the little ceramic dishes that she has. And a little bit of glue right there, just cut it off, and there you go. And there is where I said, now you can really shape your candy cane and make it look cute however you want it. Okay. Super adorable. We'll do another. Yep, KK. Yeah, I'm gonna show it again right now because I'm gonna do another one. All right, so I'm gonna get another wire. I'm gonna get 2 more straws. They're the jumbo straws from the dollar store. You can get them anywhere, Walmart, dollar store, whatever. I pinch one end and then push it into the other. And to make these, if you want to make them like I make mine, I make this part of my straws different lengths. So I have a tall one and a little bit shorter one. And I put, how many did I put together? 4. I put 4 of them bundled together, and they were all a little bit different lengths. So I'm gonna make this one a little bit shorter. So I'm just pushing the one straw a little bit further into the other straw to make this a little bit shorter. Then I take some packing tape. You can use masking tape, Scotch tape, whatever you got, guys, because it's gonna be covered. You're never gonna see it. And I just put it over that little seam of the 2 straws just to kind of hold them together, okay? Then you take your 18-inch piece of 22 gauge wire or like whatever you have in your stash. I fold it in half and then I kind of just roughly twist it together, okay? Oh, I'm gonna have to go, AAA. I might go tonight to look because I wanna start working on those red and green ones for my customer that ordered. Like I said, my original one I made Saturday sold right away Saturday. Within 15 minutes, it was sold and I shipped it already and she got it already. But then another customer contacted me. She wanted another pastel Candyland one just like this, so this will be hers. And then another customer contacted me that she wants traditional red and green. All right, so now you got your wire bent in half. Just push it into one of the ends. It doesn't matter which end. And then I fold a little bit of the wire, leave it sticking out, and I kind of fold it over so it doesn't fall all the way out of the straws, okay? If you wanted to, you could put some more tape on that to hold it. I don't. My hot glue will hold it. So I'm gonna come back with my super chunky. This is the quick part, super chunky. I'm gonna go back to my larger glue gun. I put a little bit of hot glue down into the opening of the straw. Bring the end of the yarn and some sort of pokey tool. Yes, AAA, exactly. This is very much like making a lollipop. And then I just poke that chunky yarn down into the end of the straw where you put all that hot glue. That's why I said use a pokey tool so you don't burn your fingers. Poke it down in there and just kind of hold it for a few seconds until it grabs, okay? That's just so it won't come out, you guys. You don't want it to come out. Thank you, Morticia. Yeah, I made these on Saturday live for Becca's memorial event and sold that one and got a few orders for more. So I'm gonna be making candy canes, guys. Making all the candy canes. All right, and then I just put some hot glue right on the very tippy top of that straw to wrap it around and get it started. And this is the only part that I really go slow and hold it for a few seconds and let it cool down and dry, because I don't want it to separate so you would see the wire in the top of the straw. Wrap the wire candy cane frames as well. You can wrap the wire candy cane frames. Where are those? What are you talking about, AAA? Wire candy cane frames. What am I missing? From Dollar Tree has something like that? Then you just go crazy. Easy peasy. Just add a big old chunk of hot glue and wrap. And be mindful to wrap it tight so you don't have any gaps. Wrap. This is the easy peasy part. Then when you get down to the end of where your glue is, I kind of just carefully, oh, okay, AAA, Dollar Tree, gotcha. That's what I thought. I'm gonna have to go check them out. I'll have to go check them out. I need some more glue. Yeah, you'll go through a good amount of glue making these, depending on how many you make. And you can make your bundle with just 3 candy canes. I did 4 on mine. You could make a big beautiful one, and you could put more straws together and make your candy canes bigger, and make a big old decoration for your door, or use it as a centerpiece for a wreath. I mean, you could get creative with these guys. They're super easy and fun. All right, I came to the end of where my hot glue was, and then I just kind of be careful so you don't burn yourself. But if you've wrapped it tight and you don't have gaps, you should buy the florals. Got you. Oh, great. Perfect, KK. Sounds good. All right, we're right to the middle where our seam is. Wrap tight so I don't have any gaps. And you see how quick this goes with the super bulky chunky yarn. You can make it with one that's not super bulky. If it's going to be less, you might want to do 2 strands together for your base. I like the base to be super chunky. But play with them, make them your own, guys. Make them your own. Get creative with your ideas. You can add them to swags on your windows if you have, I don't know how well they'd hold up getting rained on and snowed on, but if you have like a covered porch area, like my front porch is covered, I'm gonna make these and add to my holiday decor for my covered porch. You can make smaller candy canes out of Dollar Tree foam rollers. Great idea, Beth. Whereabouts in Dollar Tree would you find those? I was looking for those to do this idea. I was actually looking for those at Hobby Lobby, and I went through all the departments and couldn't find them. And then I saw someone doing another project using the foam rollers from Dollar Tree. So where would they be? What department? Were they in automotive or are they in health and beauty? Where would they be? I've never seen them in my craft section in Dollar Tree. Where would they be? They're near the wreath frames. I'm gonna have to go and look for some, because that's definitely another option. But again, the straws are wicked inexpensive to do it with the straws. I bought a gigantic whole pack of straws for $1.25, and you can make like a whole bunch. Hair stuff. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, because people with long hair use them to roll and twist. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, ending it off, you're gonna do the same thing started. How you started it, I put a little bit right on the end and a little bit on the inside of the straw. And then wrap it and stuff it in. You use your pokey tool so you don't burn your fingers. And I got a little chintzy when I cut that, so just be mindful. I was talking and not paying attention. So a little, I'll show you, a little bit of my straw is showing. No worries, when I wrap the second color around, I'll make sure when I come to that end, I cover it. But can you see how I got a little bit chintzy? And when I stuck it in, it didn't cover, and you could see a little bit of the purple straw. So just be mindful of that, guys, okay? All right, so next, let's do white. This is Yarn Bee Cozy White from Hobby Lobby, $4.99, but I don't buy yarn there unless it's 30% off. And this is just their white Yarn Bee. I'm looking for the weight. 5.5 ounces. 6 is the weight. Super bulky, it's called. But you guys, this one, I think they call this one jumbo. And this one's super. Hi, Tina. How are you? Look at the difference, guys. I wouldn't call this super bulky. This I would call super bulky, but I think they call this jumbo. Okay? These are both from Hobby Lobby. These. All right, how am I on time, guys? All right. All right, which end had my wire? This end has the wire, right? Because you want to make sure that that's where you start. All right, so I'm just going to fold the end. Oh, we're going to switch back to our fine tip glue gun. We're going to fold the end in on itself just to give it a nice finished end. Put it down on your work table and so you don't burn your fingers. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Christine. Huge bin of foam rollers. Gnomes. Nice, AAA. Nice. You have a built-in supply. All right, now I'm gonna look at this and find where I want to start this. I have a groove right there. So I'm gonna start it right there. Wrapping my white. Bring my pokey tool back just to hold that end. And the white on the lavender is very subtle. I love these pretty pastels. Thank you, Albert. All right, which way do I want to go with this? I'm gonna go this way. I'm right-handed. All right, and then, and I don't even do the hot glue all the way around. I kind of just leave it and put the hot glue on one side and then wrap it, and then one side and wrap it, because once it's secured down with the hot glue, it's not gonna come up. The side where you don't put the hot glue, it's not gonna come up. It'll behave and stay. Now this isn't as chunky as that mint we just used, so I'm gonna have to be mindful and careful to not get crazy with my hot glue, because you don't want any spillage to show, okay? Aren't these fun, you guys? They're so pretty. Pool noodles, yeah. No foam rollers. Well, you can do, oh, there was some hot glue. You can do like I'm doing and just use the straws, and you can make a bunch of these for pennies using the straws. Using the straws and a piece of wire. It's a very trash to treasure project, guys. It's not gonna cost you a lot, and you get just a wow effect when you're done. You could use all different colors of yarn, make them very Candyland looking. Oh yeah, that makes sense. You know, when you fall in love with something at one of those stores, and then the next time you go back to get it, it's like MIA, gone. So I kind of do the same thing. When I find something that works and I'm like, oh, I could use that in a lot of different applications, or I'm gonna be making a lot of XYZ and I'm gonna need those, I stock up. So you always hear me saying I'm going to my stash in the garage. That's what I'm talking about. I have styrofoam pieces that I get from Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby. I have junk pieces of things, you know, plastic seed bead tubes and containers from food that we've used, like Parmesan cheese containers. I used last year to make a body for a nutcracker that I made. I save everything. When I cut pieces of styrofoam, I don't throw the cut piece away. I save that as filler. You guys, I am a pack rat. We're moving towards retirement, guys, and when that day finally comes, I am not that I have an unlimited craft budget now, but I just feel like if I start getting into the mindset of thinking smart about not always jumping to go out and buy it, like what do I have in the house that I could make something with, then if I can't find something in my stash that I could use to make, then, you know, I'll break down and go out and buy it. But once you retire, I mean, I feel like we still have a couple of years, like 2 or 3 years, but I feel like things are gonna change. I mean, you just become much more mindful of every single penny. So I'm starting to get myself into the habit now. I do remember seeing the foam rollers, and like I said, I was looking for them at Hobby Lobby and I couldn't find them. My husband was with me and I'm like, what else could I use? I actually bought some twisty Christmas decorations, and I was gonna maybe untwist them, some red and white twisty Christmas decorations, and brought them home. And then once I got them home, somehow the straw with the wire idea just popped into my head. So I brought those twisty things back and got my money back from Hobby Lobby. But yeah, I feel like if I really get my mindset thinking trash to treasure first before I break down and go buy something, then it'll just become second nature. You guys know what I mean? Pumpkins with the pool noodles. 2-inch piece, take a dowel and stick. Wrap it with yarn. That sounds fun, AAA. That sounds so fun. Do you have them posted anywhere that we could see? Did you do a tutorial or do you have a picture of them? That sounds like something fun that I probably would like to make. I want to go to, is Angie still on here? Squishy Angie? Gotcha, AAA. I want to go, I can't remember if she said Dollar Tree or Dollar General. I think she said Dollar General. She got the most beautiful pastel Candyland colored plastic pumpkins, and then she did Candyland displays with them. Oh, I'm in love, you guys. I'm in love. I feel like I need to have a shopping trip tonight. And I have a little list started of things I need to pick up at Hobby Lobby. Look for the yarn. I maybe want to go to Michael's and the Dollar General. All right, we're almost to the end with this one, guys. A few more wraps. That's what I'm saying. In like 2 hours, you could have this entire pretty bundle of candy canes made and ready to put into your holiday home decor. Something I have saved for years. Couldn't figure out what to do with it. Don't you love that, Pam? Don't you love that? That's why I save everything, because if I can't think of something to do with it now, chances are 6 months from now, Dollar General. Okay, I'm going to have to go look, because I went like 2 weeks ago, because everyone was like, Dollar General, Candyland, da-da-da-da-da-da, because I don't really decorate for fall or Halloween, but I'll do a little bit of cute pink Candyland stuff. And I went to mine, and mine didn't have like anything. They had some, but nothing cute. I'm like, where's all the cute stuff, Dollar General? Mine probably just didn't have theirs out yet. I have to go back. I feel like tonight might be I might tell my husband, like, do you want to go to the driving range and have him go to the golf course to the driving range to practice or golf or something? And then I can go and do crafty stuff. I think that sounds like a plan for tonight. Yeah, I save everything. So, I think I told you guys, I went out like a week ago and finally worked in my garage a little bit. It was not 157 degrees, so I could work in my garage for a little bit. And I reorganized my, I have a set of the Lowe's black shelves out in there that's just all my overflow craft stuff. Oh, your Dollar General isn't close. We have 3 Dollar Generals within, we have a Dollar General kind of across the street. Only takes me 5 minutes to get over there. All right, remember I had the straw showing a little bit, so I'm being mindful of that, guys, as I finish this. I'm gonna leave me a nice little tail. Don't get stingy when you're cutting your yarn off. So yeah, I have one literally takes me like 3 minutes to get over. Go out the front of my neighborhood and cross the road, and it's there. And then we have 2 more within 10 minutes. All right, I'm just gonna finish this off. We're gonna tuck the end in on itself to give it a nice little finished edge. Use your pokey tool to wrap it on itself so you don't burn your finger. And then finish it off. Right where the straw is showing, I'm just going to finish this little tail with my yarn. Make sure I push it down so nothing's showing of the straw. And I need a little tiny bit more hot glue. we're gonna hold it, hold it, hold it. Shop your stash. Yes, that is my motto for this year, y'all. All right, and it finished the end off nice. And look, you can't see the purple plastic straw at all. And it just finishes it off just like if you're finishing off a lollipop, like a foam clay lollipop. Then you go back to your end where your wire is and just form it into a candy cane, okay? And I'll hold the other one up so you can see that they are different size. Slightly. And then when I bundled them together, I even staggered them so the ends would be staggered, like one taller, one shorter. I'm gonna do 2 more. I only have 8 minutes, so I'll just get the next one started. But you guys get the gist. Bring 2 more straws over. Another piece of wire. Pinch one end of the straw together. Poke it into the other end of the straw. Push it down a little bit in there. So there'll be different sizes. Take a little bit of tape, any kind of tape. Thank you, AAA. I'm using packing tape, but whatever you got, guys. Masking tape, Scotch tape, just to kind of seal that seam where you put your 2 straws together. You're never gonna see it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, aren't they cute? They're so yummy, and I love them that they're chunky and soft and adorable. I'm gonna make me, not sure if I'm gonna do pink, because my, thank you, sweet Wendy. My garlands and my swags and wreaths on the front of my house for Christmas are pink. So I almost think I'm going to do white, super chunky base, white, and then my second smaller color I can do in pink, in the mint, in yellow, all the Candyland colors. But I feel like the base of my candy canes, I folded the wire in half and just rough twisted it, put it in the end of one of the straws and bend the end over just so it doesn't fall out, okay? If you want to tape this, you can, but I don't. I just throw some hot glue in there and push the yarn down in there and it's good to go. It's good to go. So now we're gonna switch back to our big, I have super glue all over my table over here, guys. It's kind of ridiculous. That was you the past few months. The jumbo paper straws would work. I'm thinking on that, Dee. I'm thinking of a reason why they wouldn't work. I don't know. If you have them, give it a try and then let me know. If you have them, give it a try. I just had these in my stash in the garage. And like I said, after I bought the supplies from Hobby Lobby and I bought the red and white like swirl picks that you would put on a wreath or a tree. And they were $8 each, $7.99, and then 40 or 50% off. I can't remember when I got them. So anyways, and I bought 2 of them because I was going to need several in order to make several candy canes. And then after I got home and I was standing in the garage, I'm like, I wonder if I could do something with these straws and a piece of wire. And hi Donna, how are you? And it, like I said, guys, it's pennies. You probably have them in your stash. You probably have straws in one of your kitchen drawers. Pennies. KK, I think we're all like that. I think we're all like that. All right, and then rinse and repeat, guys. Just, this is the quick, fast part. You don't have to be careful with your hot glue. Once you get your top secured, just wrap, 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 and make sure each time you go around it's tight so you don't have any gaps. And then I just gently push it down and then come back in again with hot glue. And I do like a 3-inch section of hot glue, two inches, maybe 2 inches section of hot glue at a time, because you don't want your hot glue to dry and cool down before you wrap and get over there. Oh, good, Maricela. Oh, yeah, Jamie, yeah. Yeah. I've always been a hoarder, I think, with craft stuff, because I'm always like, I think I would need this someday to make something with it. So, and then when we moved to this house, guys, we downsized, so I had to be selective of what trash to treasure stuff I keep. Can't just keep it all. Can't keep it all. All right, guys, remember, Sweet Pam from Crafting with Mrs. P is up right after me at 4 p.m. So we're gonna hop over to her page at 4 and see what she's got on her craft table today. Thank you for everyone who hung out with me and joined me today. Thank you for all your input and suggestions. And thank you to everyone who follows my business page, follows and likes it. And thank you to everyone who sprinkled. Straws. These are the Chenille Candy Canes that I made on Saturday. I'm making more because I sold them and got 2 additional orders for 2 more sets. So I'm going to be making Chenille Candy Canes for a while. Pretzel stick. You definitely could do a pretzel stick. That would be cute if you're making a candy cane, a Candyland wreath. That would be a super cute idea. Yep. Right, and then kind of when I get to the end, I flip it, guys. So I hold this end and then wrap. Because you're losing the real estate to hold on to. Thank you, Wendy. The straws were just in my junk bin in the garage. Maybe Dollar Tree, maybe Walmart. I don't know. Check Dollar Tree first. But remember, guys, Dollar Tree prices have all gone up. And a lot of people are saying in a lot of instances, and remember to leave you a nice little tail. Don't get, don't cut it off too short because you want to wrap that whole end. Check your prices though, because a lot of people are saying that in some instances, Walmart is less expensive now than the $17 store. So you have to be a smart shopper, save your pennies, check your prices. Take your little pokey tool. I'm just using a piece of a dowel and poke that end into the hot glue inside the straw to give you a nice finished end on your candy cane. You're gonna need one of my junk bins. Yeah, I have quite a few of them out in the garage, but I feel so good now that I had time to organize. All right, and then this is the end with the wire, so I'm gonna start back up there. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I will be live again Monday at 2 for Pink Frosting Divas. Until next time, be sweet, guys, and have a wonderful holiday weekend. Bye, guys.